Welcome back to Houston Newsmakers. This week's special guest, Dr. Steve Kleinberg, co-director of the Kinder Institute for Urban Research. We've been talking about this year's Houston area survey results. We're looking at numbers that seem to indicate that we're embracing various cultures. But one of the things that was very interesting this year, too, was the persistently high levels of residential segregation that seem to be showing up. Talk about where those numbers are and how we got to that point.
Yeah, so we're watching this overall increasingly positive views. And we asked people, how would you rate relations between your community and each of the other communities? And those two have gone up. So blacks and whites both see black-white relations as better today than they were before. So there's continuing improvement. But there's also that continued discomfort, especially among Anglos, of being in a world where they're no longer the majority. And so a question that we asked that said, that we also asked back in 2004, we thought we'd see some change and we haven't seen it, was, you're looking for a house and you find one that has everything you've been looking for, it's within your price range and near your work, and then checking on the neighborhood, you discover that the schools are of high quality, the crime rates are low, and the neighborhood is, and then randomly distributed 10% African American and 90% Anglo, 30% African American, 70% Anglo, 60% African American, 40% Anglo, and then same for Hispanics, and then we have Hispanics and blacks. And what you find among Anglos, absolutely clearly and precisely the way we found it in 2004, perfectly happy how likely would you be to buy that house? Very likely when it's 30% African American and 60% and 70% Anglo. But when it turns to be 60% African American, 40%, it drops from 70 to 40%. Right, and it's that challenge that we are moving into a world where all of us are minorities. No one is dominated anymore. And Anglos are still used to being in the majority and feel uncomfortable in contexts where the majority of folks. So the segregation in Houston is in part a reflection of the continuing preferences and concerns of Anglos.
Do we find that as this is going on in Houston, that Montgomery County, for example, is getting more white? I mean, once upon a time, the white flight of the 60s was happening around.
Right.
Is Montgomery County being one of those?
Montgomery County was overwhelmingly white. No county is getting more white anymore, right? Montgomery County used to be 85% white. It's now 70% white. Okay. And more Latinos. And of course, Fort Bend County, we think, is the most ethnically diverse county in the world. Fort Bend County is 20% Asian, 24% Latino, 21% African American, 34% Anglo. You can't get much closer to 1/4, 1/4, 1/4.
That's a petri dish for you, isn't it? You love studying that. But sociologists.
That's where all of America is heading. We're there first. And that's what's so fascinating about the city.
Let's talk about education for a minute. Big push been in place by the Greater Houston Partnership in many ways, along with other organizations as well. And some interesting numbers on the front about how much education is important. You asked the question, is it necessary to get an education beyond high school, or are there many ways to succeed with no more than a high school diploma? 58% of Hispanics agree with that premise, 54% of blacks did, 48% of Anglos. That number is up by maybe a percentage point. What do you make of those numbers?
And that was a surprise. I mean, the fundamental reality of our times is the loss of the good, well-paying, low-skilled blue-collar jobs. Right, the combination of automation and globalization has meant that those jobs have largely disappeared. In the 1970s, 2/3 of all the jobs required no more than high school. Today, 65% of all the jobs that exist in America require some education beyond high school. Not necessarily 4 years of college, but 1 or 2 years in a community college to acquire the technical skills to be a skilled welder, or a skilled electrician, or a skilled health technician, more than a high school diploma. And in our surveys, we've asked these questions since 2013, increasing percentages saying you don't need any education beyond high school. And that's surprising, and it goes counter to everything we know about the realities of the new economy.
Tiffany Edwards was at the luncheon where you presented the information. She asked, what was the overall decline? What do you think it was? Between 2016, there was a big drop-off, it seemed, for blacks and Hispanics in terms of their recognition that they needed, you know, high school, more than high school.
Yeah, it's hard to know where that's coming from. A lot of it is the evidence of people who tinkering in their garage and then end up founding Microsoft, or examples of people who have good jobs despite having very low levels of education. But the striking thing is that no matter when or how, African Americans and Latinos more than Anglos recognize you've got to get education beyond high school. And that's an important finding that has remained consistent. And it's a reminder, I get, people keep telling me, if only those African Americans and Latinos valued education, understood its importance the way the Anglos and the Asians do, everyone would get the education they need and we wouldn't have to worry.
You hear that?
Sure, I hear that.
But your studies say the opposite.
African Americans and Latinos, if they're not getting the education they need, it is demonstrably not because they don't value the education. It's because of what concentrated poverty, overcrowded, underfunded inner city schools, and the great difficulty of acquiring the skills that are needed for success.